Hello everyone, I'm Colin Kinnett. Today we're going to have some fun because today I get to show you some of the tips and tricks that have been sent in by subscribers. So let's start off over at the table saw. This tip is brought to us by Michael from just outside of Vancouver. And Michael showed me pictures of his table saw. It's an inexpensive saw, and the insert has a great big wide gap in here. So that if you're ever cutting thin strips, they just want to tend to fall right down into the saw. And what he does to fix that is he lowers the blade down, and he uses duct tape. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea. He just lays duct tape down over top, just like this. You need to make sure that it comes over the front. So let it drop down the front of your saw like that. Make sure it's down well. Then you turn the saw on and bring the blade up. And now you can cut thin strips without worrying that they're going to fall down into the saw. That's a great tip, Michael. Thank you. There's lots of people that can take advantage of that. I love it when people come up with new ideas or modifications to some of my jigs. Here's what Jacob has suggested. This is the vertical drilling jig that I made not long ago, and I've just added this anti-skid flap to it so you can have this on or not just by flipping it over. But here's what Jacob's suggesting. With this jig, you can actually use it for drilling dowels. And basically, you just put it on there and you can drill vertically and horizontally, and I'm going to do both. So you just clamp it on there and drill a hole. But look at, you can also do vertical. So you can do the same thing, and I'm using the same setting because that way it'll actually line up as well. So there's the two holes, and look at that. You can use it as a drilling for putting in dowels. You know, what a great idea. Thanks, Jacob. That's a great idea for that. So this next tip is from Roy, and what you're looking at right now is the lower wheel on my bandsaw. And if you look closely, you'll notice that there's already a little brush on there, but a lot of the older bandsaws don't have this, and it's really easy to add it. And the best place to add it is at the very top or near the top of your lower bandsaw wheel. And Roy's suggesting that you can use a toothbrush, and a toothbrush would work just fine. In the past, I've actually used these little nail brushes for cleaning, and this is a double-sided one, but you can cut it in half and just trim off the lower part there. And for example, that half part is a perfect cleaning brush for the lower part of the wheel. And what I've done in the past, I've used this double-sided 3M tape. This stuff is excellent. They use this for putting trim on cars, so it sticks really well and it lasts a long time. And you could just make a little platen in there to put a little brush in there and just double-sided tape up there. It just barely has to rub against the wheel, and eventually they wear out, so it's easy to replace. But that's a great idea. Thanks, Roy. A brush on the lower part of your bandsaw wheel to keep that rubber clean. The next tip is from Terry, and Terry suggests that on my thin strip ripping jig that I made, rather than using these fancy little clamps, which work fine, you could actually take a strip of wood and put a little slot in it and use a hanger bolt, and he's got a nice little knob. But you know, I'm just going to use a wing nut and do the same thing. So I'm just going to take a minute to take this off, and then we'll cut some wood over at the router table. Now I'm at my router table and I have a straight bit in there, and I'm just going to do a plunge cut and then a very short slot. So I just pre-drilled a hole in there, and I'm going to put this hanger bolt in, which is screw thread on one side and machine thread on the other, and I can just drive that in there quickly. Just like that. Undo that. And that slot, I just cut that off on my sliding miter saw. That fits in there just like that. I can put a washer on there, and all I need is a wing nut. And now I have a thin strip ripping jig, the same as the one I had before, but now it's only cost me a wing nut and a hanger bolt. And now I can use these on another jig that I have coming up that are going to be far more effective. So that's a great tip. Thanks, Terry. I really like that one. Well, that concludes my video for today. And if you've got a tip or a trick or some kind of a suggestion, I'd love to hear about it. And if I can, I'll work it into a future show, and we'll all learn from it. I'm Colin Cadet for WoodWorkWeb. Thanks for watching.